Hello from the 2019 Global Legal Hackathon Finals Gala in New York City. My name is Laurence Colletti. I'm the host for today's show. And joining me now, I have all the judges. Oh, all but one. I think, is it just one judge we're missing, or are we missing more than one judge? Two judges. Well, we have 4 out of 6 judges, so that's not so bad. And I want to introduce them in turn here. So I'm going to start over to my left here. I have Kevin. So would you tell our audience a little bit more about yourself? Where do you work? What do you do?
Sure. I'm Kevin Mulcahy. I'm with Neota Logic, and I'm based in New York. Neota Logic is an expert system platform that enables people without programming experience to build advanced applications that automate expertise. So we are very interested in any programs that enable people to create great software, especially software that promotes access to justice, as many of these applications are tonight.
And Oz, in addition to being a judge, you also work at White & Case, which is our host for tonight. And so tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Oz Benamram, and the Chief Knowledge Officer at White & Case. I run the knowledge department of 220 people. I'm based here in New York, and we are focusing on making our lawyers practice smarter.
Excellent. Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh Klayman. I have a law firm called Klayman LLC that's focused on the blockchain space, and I also have a consulting firm called Inflection Point Blockchain Advisors, also focused on the blockchain space. Okay, some other things that I do. I'm on the board of Diversity in Blockchain, Inc., which I co-founded. And I also am on the board of Wall Street Blockchain Alliance and chair the legal working group.
And welcome back, Esther.
Hello again. It's very nice.
You're a frequent flyer when it comes to the Global Legal Hackathon. Indeed.
I've been involved in 2 of the Global Legal Hackathons for the past 2 years. So my name is Esther Dediashvili. I'm a legal knowledge manager and head of legal tech implementation at FBC & Co., one of the largest law firms in Israel. I'm also the organizer and the initiator of the Israel Legal Hackathon, the Israeli chapter of Global Legal Hackathon, for the past 2 years now. And I represent the GROWL initiative, the Global Rise of Women in Legal Tech initiative in Israel. And it's a huge honor to announce and present an award this year. I guess in a very short time, we will know who's the winner of that award. And FVC & Co. has prepared a special prize. The team will receive up to 20 hours of legal consulting worth $10,000. So looking forward to presenting that.
Is that coming from White & Case?
It's coming from FVC.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. So let's start with the basics. You know, obviously you guys are giving up a weekend here. So why are you getting involved?
Okay, so for me, it's a personal history, actually. 3 years ago, I visited a conference in Europe about legal technology, and everyone there asked me, okay, so Israel is known as the startup nation. How about your legal tech industry? And besides one very well-known legal tech company called Logix, I had nothing to say that much. So I really thought that this would be a great opportunity to actually boost this ecosystem in Israel. And I decided that we are going to do Israel's first legal hackathon ever. So it's been a huge success, and we've been doing this for 2 years, and really great solutions are coming out of it. And although we didn't reach the finals this year, there's always next year, and it's a huge honor to represent Israel here.
How about you, Josh?
Well, having come from a large law firm environment and having been active in trying to bring forth different legal solutions and look at what's out there, the whole idea that people are focused on things that people actually need, people being lawyers, to help legal practice, is exciting. In addition, I think the focus of GROWL on diversity and the commitment to diversity is also something that has drawn me to this.
And Oz?
Why is White & Case hosting?
Yes. Why are you letting us all into your beautiful law firm?
We have a great space, and it was empty today when they asked, can we do it? But we always happy to give back to the community. It's a great way to hire great talent when you see impressive people, and we have a group of very impressive people here presenting today. We're not probably going to look at the technology coming out from so early stage. We, as a large firm, very careful when it comes to working with too early stage companies. We want to make sure that they know how to run a business and they know how to adjust to market and deal with problems. So our main goal is really to support the community and to attract talent.
And, I would be remiss, I think, in our duties as podcasters if I didn't ask you about White & Case. What kind of legal work do you do here?
So we're a small firm, over 2,000 lawyers, and we do more than one thing. But we definitely involved with the early. We work both in the blockchain here. That there is a lot the team that presented and the judges. We work with fintech. Work with legal tech. Work with banking technology. Etc. We do many things, but we are on the knowledge department. We have a practice innovation team dedicated to do a lot of R&D about what's coming out and what will be here in the future. My role is, as I said, make our lawyers practice smarter. So part of it, we're looking at how the future will look.
And Kevin, why'd you get involved?
Well, Neota Logic, as I mentioned, has a software platform that allows people, including law students, to create software. And this hackathon is all about what we believe needs to happen all across the world. People need to step forward who are not trained in computer programming and yet make solutions, technical solutions that help solve the justice gap that is pervasive everywhere. So in our law school courses at Georgetown and Cornell and University of Melbourne, we run, in effect, a hackathon. It goes for 13 weeks, one semester, and we get some great applications that result from that. So we love to come here and see what's done in this scale because a lot of these folks are professionals, and we're seeing a lot of parallels between the programs, but also some interesting differences, and we're just willing to support wherever we can.
Well, so this is the finals. We're down to 12 teams, and everybody's presenting their hearts out. We're at the halfway point right now for those of you tuning in. We're at the halfway point. And so I guess, I'd like to know, and since we have the judges here, 4 of the 6 anyway, what are you guys using as your criteria? How are you deciding which teams are the best, and what are you looking for? Esther, you want to start with you?
Sure. So there are, of course, officially formal criteria, which include business model and user validation, as well as design and implementation. I personally also always look for which team or which solution has the most probable global impact, because we are at the Global Legal Hackathon, and which team had the most traction up until this point, until the finals.
Josh.
In terms of what I'm looking for, I agree with what Esther said. I think also at a certain level, at a human level, like looking at different projects and what they're proposing to serve, the communities that they're proposing to serve, and the actual degree of effect that it's going to have on, the global people. I think that that's a key piece too, because it's fascinating. Like Esther had said earlier, it's amazing to see or maybe it was you, Kevin. It's amazing to see so many of the same challenges around the world, So that's common. But I think trying to, in addition to the criteria, really find the ones that speak to you.
And Oz, home turf judging, what are you looking for?
I think what helps is the presentation when people are passionate about what they do. And if it does increase both access to justice and diversity, I think it's a home run.
How about you, Kevin?
In terms of criteria, the first thing I'm looking for is a business plan that seems realistic. So many of these seem a little bit like a far reach, not necessarily tonight, but in other programs we've seen. So when we see one that sounds like it has legs, it gets us very excited. So we tend to give those a lot of points. And then the next thing we look for is evidence that the system is built to a large extent. And we want to see a link that we can run, that we can touch, that we can feel, because those are the more practical solutions are the ones that will go the furthest. And that's what we put a lot of priority on at Neota, and I'm putting a priority on it here tonight.
Well, so Corey Goodshow is going to come over and kill us if we don't get you out of here pretty soon to get back to the judges' table. So my second to last question for you is, and this is a loaded one, so prepare yourself. You've seen half of the presentations thus far. Which one right now is your favorite? Let's start back with Kevin this time.
Well, a lot of great ideas. One that did stand out as seeming like it might have legs is the Traveler's Assistance Program. because people are traveling, they need instant legal help, and they have partnerships with local law firms. And once she explained that, it started to sound like it might make a lot of business sense. And so far, I've got my eye on that one.
How about you, Oz?
I like the Meet Our Community, the organization that helps with surfacing pro bono opportunities, global pro bono opportunities. It was also one of the Growl, so that was a double win for me.
Josh?
Wow, those are both great. I tend to be drawn towards more the travel one, just from having been in some situations in the recent past where it would be helpful to be able to reach legal services and ask questions.
Esther?
Okay, so to me, it really stood out that many of the teams are using AI-based solutions. And one of them that really spoke to me as a knowledge manager was Poland's solution, IntelliLax, which helps in leveraging the internal knowledge using machine learning.
Well, we're definitely going to be running out of time here very shortly. So I do want to leave the audience with some contact information. If they want to reach out, ask you some questions about judging, or maybe they want to get involved with the hackathon and want to talk to you first, how can they find you? Let's start with Kevin this time.
I'm at Neota Logic, and you can just find us on the web. Just Google Neota, and we have a really good system of reaching out for information. And we'd be happy to respond to anybody who's interested in running a course at a law school or becoming a commercial client.
All right, you, Oz?
My Twitter handler is @Oz Benamram, and you could find me there. I'll also link to my LinkedIn.
And Josh?
My Twitter handle is Josh_blockchain. Also, my email address is josh@KlaymanLLC.com.
Last but not least, Esther.
So it's a pretty unique name, Esther Dediashvili, so you can look me up on LinkedIn or on Facebook and Twitter, and email me on esterd@fbclawyers.com. Thanks.
Well, we've reached the end of the road for our episode today, but I want to thank our guests for joining us. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Also want to thank our listeners for tuning in. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or best yet, your favorite podcasting app. I'm Laurence Colletti, signing off from the 2019 Global Legal Hackathon Finals Gala. Until next time, thank you for listening.
If you'd like more information about what you've heard today, please visit legaltalknetwork.com. Subscribe via iTunes and RSS. Find us on Twitter and Facebook, or download our free Legal Talk Network app in Google Play and iTunes. The views expressed by the participants of this program are their own and do not represent the views of, nor are they endorsed by, Legal Talk Network, its officers, directors, employees, agents, representatives, shareholders, and subsidiaries. None of the content should be considered legal advice. As always, consult a lawyer.